Hey guys, ADHD here. In today's video, I will be showing you how to build Billy's house from the TV show The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. It's a really cool show. It's one of my favorite shows from the classic Cartoon Network shows. The reason I decided to do Billy's house rather than Mandy's is strictly just because Billy's is more of the iconic one and the one you see in the show more often. So I decided to go with this one. But anyway, let's go and get started on this. So for this build, guys, we are going to need white stained clay, light gray stained clay, green wool, white stained glass panes, or if you're on the Pocket Edition, just regular glass panes. Signs, buttons, and also some dark oak wood stairs, and then a few other minor things, but primarily for the start, we're just need that stuff, and if we need anything else, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting with the white stained clay, working from left to right now. As always guys, if you guys actually build this, feel free to send a picture of it to me on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to check it out. And if at any point in the video you feel like I'm going too fast, you can always pause and rewind it in order to catch up. But let's get started. So working to the right, like I said, we're going to start with a row of 6 white stained clay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, we're going to continue on with 3 light gray stained clay. 1, 2, 3. Then returning back to the white stained clay, we're going to do 6 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is what we're going to have right at the beginning. 6 white stained clay, 6 light gray stained clay, then 6 white stained clay. And we're just be working all the way up on the front of the house, just like this way right here, you can see. And then we're going to do the sides, the back, then add the roof, and then so on from there. So just make sure you have this correct. 6 white stained clay, 3 light gray stained clay, then 6 white stained clay. Okay, next row, just like this. 1 white stained clay, 1 green wool, 2 glass panes, 1 green wool, 1 white stained clay, then 3 light gray stained clay. 1, 2, 3. Next row, or continuing on, it's going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 green wool, 2 glass panes, 1 green wool, then a 1 white stained clay. Alright, the next row is going to be pretty much the same, except for right here, it's going to be changed up a little bit. So follow along with me again. It's going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 green wool, 2 glass panes, 1 green wool, 1 white stained clay, then a 1 light gray stained clay. Then here's where it changes. It's going to be 1 white stain, or 1 glass pane right here in the middle, then 1 light gray stained clay. And then the rest of it's continue on the exact same way as the last row. So it's going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 green, 2 glass panes, then 1 green, and then 1 white stained clay. Oops, messed up there. Just like this. Alright. And then the next row is going to be just like this, guys. It's going to be a pretty much, well, not pretty much, exactly like our first row we started with. It's going to be 6 white stained clay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it's going to be 3 light gray stained clay. 1, 2, 3. And then 6 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. Next row is a full row of white stained clay. All right, let's go to the next row. The next row is going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 green wool, 3 glass panes, 1 green wool, 3 white stained clay, 1, 2, 3, 1 green wool, 3 glass panes, 1, 2, 3, 1 green wool, then 1 white stained clay. And then the next row is the identical to the last row we just did. So just go ahead and just basically, look down, straight down and duplicate the exact same thing you just did. Perfect. All right, then the next row is a full row of white stained clay. All right, the next row, what we're going to do is we're going to go in 1 block, and we're going to go all the way across until we're 1 block away from the other side, just like that. So basically we're going upward now to kind of like a pointed roof. Okay, so that's the first row. Then the next row, it's going to be a total of 5. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's going to be 1 glass pane. Then another 5 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the next row is going to be going in 1 block yet again, and it's going to be 3 blocks this time. So 3 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to be 3 white stained glass panes, or regular glass panes. So 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to be 3 more white stained clay. So 1, 2, 3. Then the next one's going to be a total of 3 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3. Try and get it on top of that, and then it's going to be 1 white stained glass pane, or glass pane. Then it's going to be 3 more white stained clay. So just got to aim it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then the next row is going to be a total of 5 white stained clay, and again we're going in 1 on every single one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second to last row is going to be 3 in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, and then the last one, I'm sure you got this, is just 1. Alright, so that is our front area right here. And real quick down here on the front, go ahead and put a button right here on the left side of this window area, like the diagonal to it, to make it like a door. And then real quick, get out some, just we don't do this later, sandstone slabs. And just go ahead and put a row of that in front of there. It's right there, like this. Okay? Alright, now coming back up to the top real quick. This part is really annoying, guys, to be honest. This is just what you have to do. So as you guys can see on our example one right here, we have to get the signs basically to make this texture of the top of the area. So we have to basically put a bunch of signs just like this all the way up to the top. And it is a bit time consuming, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. So on the second notch right here, so this is the first one. The second notch right here is where you start. And you have to go all the way up, guys, all the way across. So you have to just basically press it, then press B or circle, whatever console you're on, or if you're on a Pocket Edition, I have no clue what you press, or on PC what you press, I have no idea. But you just have to basically just keep denying the ask. You know, it's gonna keep asking you to place a message. If you guys want to, you can place a message, but for the most part, just take the texture, you're just gonna place the signs like this. And you're gonna go all the way up until you get to the top right here. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead in the video real quick, but go ahead and pause it and just do this real quick. Again, I'm just gonna skip ahead in the video because I don't want it to take too long. Alright, so go ahead and do that. Alright, so that's all we have done for the front right here. Basically, we're pretty much done. We have to do some decorative stuff at the end, but we're gonna do that last. So the front structure is actually finished though. So let's go to the left side real quick over here. So it's on the left side, like I said. And what we're gonna do is from the left side here, we're gonna go all the way back. It's a total of 12 blocks with the white stained clay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, now coming back over here, we're going to be working it right to left this time, block by block with you guys though, so just go ahead and follow along with me. So starting off, it's going to be 4 green wool, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's going to be 3 white stained clay, 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to be 4 green wool, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1 white stained clay. Alright, the next row is going to be 4 glass panes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 white stained clay, 1, 2, 3. Then 4 white glass panes, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then 1 white stained clay. Then what you're gonna do is basically that exact same thing for 2 more rows. So just do the exact same thing 2 more times. That's 1. This is our first one right here. And then 2. So the window should be 3 high when you get done with it. I hate the glass panes so much. They're just like so frustrating to place sometimes. Alright, and then just make it 3 high. So just go ahead and connect it like this. Okay, and then the next row is going to be 4 green wool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 white stained clay. 1, 2, 3. Then 4 green wool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a 1 white stained clay. Then the last 2 rows are going to be white stained clay all the way up. So 1, then 2. And it should level out with our first notch right here before the signs start. Perfect, alright. So the next row over here, I'm going to drink a swiftness potion because this is going to take a little bit of time. What we're going to do is just basically mimic the length of the other side by the bottom. And you're just going to go all the way straight up with just the white stained clay. There's no windows on this side because there is a side house attachment right here. So that's what's going to go on this side, but we're going to add that next, or after we finish the back and the roof, and then we're going to add that. But so there's nothing on this side. So just basically do all white stained clay up until you get to the exact same height as the other side over there, which matches up with this first notch, as I said. Okay. Alright, so that is our sides real quick right there. That's our front. Let's go start on the back. So on the back, what we're going to do is this, guys. The back is actually extremely simple because the back is just basically us mimicking the front. So basically just look ahead of you and just copy what we have right over there in the front. I'm not going to skip ahead on this part because I want you guys to be able to see in case anything is, you know, you guys can pause it whatever you need to in case it is difficult for whatever reason. But again, I'm not looking at any notes or anything. I'm literally looking straight ahead of me and just copying what I see over there. So that's all we're doing right here. I might just do the windows last. I don't know because the windows are always annoying. Okay, so just basically, like I said, I'm literally copying block for block what I see down there. And then the white stained clay. And like I said, normally I would skip ahead on this part, but I really just want to make sure everybody gets it, because sometimes I have people that, even though this is a very simple thing I would think, but some people have trouble copying something that's right in front of them. They sound mean, but some people, I don't get it. But yeah, it's just right there. So I'm, like I said, I have no notes. I'm just doing the same thing you guys are doing, just looking right over there. I think some people assume I have notes and like I'm looking at those the whole time and that's how I'm able to do this, but honestly most of the time I don't use any notes. I just kind of do it off memory. Okay, and then the last row right here again is gonna be the white stained clay here. And then we're gonna do the roof the exact, or not the roof, but like the front area the exact same way too. So you're just gonna go ahead and mimic that too. So the same way, just like this. But like I said, I want to be able to just not skip ahead, just that way in case somebody does have an issue, they can at least, you know, pause or put the video in slow motion, and at least they can see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's a question I get a lot of. I have notes. I do have notes, but they're very, very minimal notes. I know a lot of other tutorial YouTubers use very, you know, condensed notes. Mine are very minimal, and I don't even really use them. I only use them if I'm having trouble with something or I'm trying to remember something. So it's just kind of like for precaution, just to have them to be safe, but I don't really use them. Okay, so now that we've done the exact, you know, duplicate of this side, we have to do it to a T basically, because now we have to do this whole part with the signs too. So we have to basically do the exact same thing with the signs. Oh, not buttons. The signs, just like this all the way through. So again, I'm gonna skip ahead for this, but again, you're going all the way along this whole second notch right here. It's right below the window. I just threw my sign through the window. So we're gonna go along that entire thing real quick there. Like I said, oh, there it is right here, but whatever, too late. And then we're gonna go all the way up until this top block right here. So again, I'm gonna skip ahead in the video just because I don't want to take too much time, but go ahead and pause the video and do this real quick. Okay, so now that you have this done, what we're going to do is add the roof. And for this, we're going to need dark oak wood slabs and also dark oak wood stairs. So what you're going to do is basically on this first notch, you're going to go along the side, and you're going to make sure you come off one block with the wood stairs, and you're going to go all the way along this. And I'm going to do just the perimeter ones so you guys can see which ones I'm doing, but I'm going to fill them in but on my own and skip ahead. But you're going to go along the entire top. So just imagine I'm filling in this entire area right here, but I'm not. So just imagine it though. And then on the top one, you don't want to do stairs because that might look a little bit odd. Just use slabs. That's the only reason we need the slabs, for that top block over there. Otherwise, it would look weird. Again, so just imagine that I'm going around this whole thing, but in reality, I'm just going along it like this. And then take it around this side too. And then, but you have to make sure you're coming off one. Just make sure you're coming off one, because that's going to give it that 3D feel to the roof. You don't want to be like leveled with it, otherwise it's going to look a little bit uncomfortable. I guess uncomfortable is a little bit exaggerated of a word, but it's gonna look weird. And then the top one again, use the slabs. I always use the most dramatic words for stuff. Like it's gonna look ridiculous or idiots, but like it's just so dramatic. It's not gonna look that bad, but I just think it looks better with a 3D effect. Okay, boom, just like that. So now I'm gonna fill in, like basically just taking them from one side to the other, but I just wanted to show you guys which blocks exactly I'm gonna be doing them in. So again, I'm gonna skip ahead in the video just to fill all of this in. But again, I'm just filling this in from this side all the way to that side. And yeah, so pause the video real quick if you haven't finished yet, and just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to skip ahead in the video now. Okay, and now that you've finished that, hopefully it should look just like this. It's really starting to come together now, as you guys can see. So what we're going to do real quick is we're just going to add the chimney and the antenna to the house real quick, just to get that out of the way, just because that part is just something we don't have to deal with later. So for the chimney, what you want to do is basically come to this second notch right here. So basically a second, you know, like row of stairs on the roof. And go to the right, total of 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then remove that block and remove 3 blocks to that. So that's 1, then 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 right here. Okay. Then remove 3 blocks up from that. So 1, 2, 3. And just remove all the blocks within those rows right there. Just like this. Okay. And what we're going to do is add the chimney basically by doing this. So on this first row, you want to go up a total of 6 with the brick. So if you don't have brick out, get them out now. And you're going to go up a total of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to do that for all 4 rows right here. Okay, then the next row, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to go 1 block above these. So just basically level it up with this stair right here, and go all the way up until you're 1 block above this row of the bricks we have right there. Okay, so this is the second one. And then for the third one, you want to do the same exact thing, but level it up with this stair, and go 1 block above this one. And do all the rows again. And then for the last row, what you want to do is you want to level it out with this one. It's not going to go higher this time. This one's going to be leveled. So just level it out right there. And boom. Okay, that's our stair, our chimney, I mean. And if you want, you can add like a holes in them just to make it look a little bit better, kind of like this. But I think it actually looks better just being closed to me personally. But yeah, so now let's add the antenna real quick. So for that, you're going to need a dark oak plank real quick. And also we're going to need some dark oak planks, or what are they called? Dark oak fence, there you go. So get that out too. And for this, what you're going to do is just kind of somewhere generally in the back middle. I'm not even like, I don't have an exact place either. I would say like right around, probably like here. This is good. Just remove that arm, maybe like one more to the left. Like right here. Like I said, there's no real place. I'm just placing it kind of randomly too. And place that block there so we can put a fence on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to go up 2. So 1, 2. Then to the right 1 and to the left 1. And then go up 2. 1, 2, and to the right 1. Then go up 1 to the left 1. Then go up 1. Alright, so that's our antenna right there. As you can see, the house is really starting to come together now. It looks really nice. Now we have to add that little side building right there, and then the garage, and then just do all of the like front yard detailing, and we're actually finished. So let's go ahead and add that side house real quick, a little side house attachment real quick. Okay, so for the side house attachment, what you're going to do is go to the right corner, like the right bottom corner of the house, and you're going to go to the right 1 block, and you're going to go forward 2 blocks. So 1, 2. So basically it's like 2 blocks, and it's kind of hard to explain, but on the 3rd block of the inside of the house, you're going to place a sandstone and take that sandstone to the right 5 more blocks. So a total of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But from here it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as you can see. Okay, and we're going to be working left to right, same way we did the house, but it's a lot smaller this time, so don't worry. It's going to be 1 white stained clay, 1 green wool, 2 glass panes, 1 green wool, then 1 white stained clay. Next row, the exact same thing. And then the row after that is just all white stained clay. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start going to the right here. We're actually going to work on the structure itself first and work back. So the next row over here is going to be like this. It's going to be 1 sandstone, and then it's going to be a spacing of 2, so where our door is going to go. And then it's going to be 1 sandstone, or 2 sandstones, sorry about that. And then that sandstone's going to turn and go all the way back to connect to the building, just like this. And in the back, we're just going to replicate what we see over there in the front. So just exactly like we did the front, we're going to do the back. Oops. Alright, perfect. And then what we're going to do is in the front here, what you're going to do is you're going to go up a total of 2 blocks with the white stained clay. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And then connect those to each other. Then the next row, it's going to be 1 white. It's kind of hard to explain, but look what I'm looking at, kind of. It's going to be 1 white stained clay, a spacing of 2, 1 white stained clay. Then it's going to be some glass panes in the middle there. Then you're just going to basically make the roof that we did on the top. You're just going to go in one side on both sides. So just go in 1 block, connect it, and then up here it should be 2 blocks in the middle. So I'll back up so you guys take a look at that, because I know that may have been hard to understand, because that was hard to explain, but you guys can see what I did here. You guys can pause it at any point. All right, and then go ahead and get out some oak wood stairs, and we're just gonna go ahead and add our same stairs, our same like roofs we did on the top up there on the front over here, and make sure again you're coming off by 1 block. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this one. I'm not gonna skip ahead for this one just because I know this part was a little bit confusing. And then get your oak planks, and again that's how we're gonna do the top blocks here, because we don't want to use stairs because it'll collide with the roof a little bit and just look a little weird. So again, add our stairs here. And then we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of the interior, just because it's just the flooring. Right now, just to get out the way, you don't have to worry about it. Just have the house completely out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside here, and you're going to remove all of this right here, all this dirt. And then you can remove this entire wall if you want to, or you can just remove like a section of it. I'm just going to remove like this whole section just so it easily connects to the actual house. But what we're going to do real quick is you're just going to remove all of this dirt inside here, and you're going to replace it with oak planks. So again, I'm going to skip ahead in the video, but go ahead and pause it right now and remove all the dirt on the inside and replace it with oak planks. All right. Okay, and then once you've filled that in, it should look just like this, and you can go ahead and just add your doors to the front here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start adding on the garage door area. So for this, what you're actually going to need is you're going to need to get out some iron blocks. Actually, I needed that back. I got rid of a block I needed. That should be good. Okay, so go ahead and get the white stained clay out, and we're going to position our garage. So for this, what you want to do is basically come to the side building we have right here, and you want to go out a total of 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and on that block right there, you want to go up a total of 5 blocks with the white stained clay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then once you've done that, I want you guys to go ahead and take this top block right here and go all the way to the right. Technically, if you're looking at it for head on, or back if you're looking at it like this, a total of 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and then take that straight down. Alright, perfect. And then what I want you guys to do real quick is go ahead and go behind this structure and get out your iron blocks real quick and just do 2 rows of iron blocks just like this within the same range of the opening. And then in the final one, do like 1 on both sides and the whole center area filled with the glass panes. And the top one, all the iron blocks. So I'll back up so you guys can take a look at that. And that's our garage door right there. And then what you're gonna do now is on the top of this, just do 2 rows, or like same thing we did everything else, the roofing. You're gonna go in 1 on both sides. And just keep doing that till you get to the top. There should be 1 block on the top, just like that. And for these 3 rows right here, you're gonna do the sign thing again. But I'm not gonna skip ahead for these ones because this is not gonna take nearly as long. Keep getting rid of that block, even though I need that block. But anyway, so just add our sign real quick on all of these. This just get that texture again, like I said. All right, perfect, just like that. And then go and get that white stained clay back out. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this back a total of 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing on this side. And then you're gonna take both of those up until you get to the top of this area right here. So it's gonna basically take this up with 4 more rows. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And do the same thing on this side. There's no windows on the actual garage. If you wanted to add your own windows, it's really easy to do. I recommend you do it if you'd like, but I didn't do that for mine. Okay, and then on the back again, like I said, just go ahead and fill this all the way up to the same height. So there's no windows on it, but if you want, you can add a window to the back, like maybe like right here. I'll go ahead and add one just for the the fun of it. So just go ahead and do that real quick. But you don't really need to. All right, and then on the back again, you're gonna go ahead and just level matched up with the other side by making the points. And you don't have to do the signs in the back of this one. And then go and get your wooden stairs and do the exact same thing. I get that block back out that I left. You're gonna just go and make the same stairs we've been making, or same roof we've been making for everything else thus far. So just take this all the way up. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead probably for this one, just because this really isn't going to take that long. So just go ahead and do your roof real quick. Again, you're gonna do the same way we did everything else. You're just gonna take it from this side to this side. And what you're gonna do is in the middle one, you're gonna do a slab instead, because like I said, it makes it look a little weird if you don't. So I'm gonna do my stairs real quick, but what you wanna do is finish your roof and then fill the inside with the stone if you guys have it available. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead, but again, pause it and just go ahead and finish up your roof. Okay, so now that you've done that, your roof should look just like this, and your inside of this thing should just basically look like this. And if you guys want to, you guys can add a door like right around here, just so this is accessible, so you can make it like a storage room, whatever you want in there. But I'm just gonna leave mine closed. So what we're gonna do now is basically start working on the little detailing, like the tree, the little the bushes and stuff like that. That stuff's really, really simple, and then we're actually finished, guys. So give yourself a round of applause for getting this far. This is the easiest part now. Well, not the easiest, but it's easy. It's really easy. It's just a little bit tedious, I guess you could say. So now what we're gonna do is get some oak leaves out real quick, and you're gonna take this from the right side of this little porch you made here, all the way until you connect to this side over here. And then at the corner, place an extra one, and then place the one right here as well. This part, I'm really gonna have to be telling you guys, like showing you guys. I can't really explain exactly which block it is, And then what I want you guys to do is over here, on the right where the window, the actual glass panes start, take this, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay. Same thing on this side. Take this all the way until you get to the back, and just bring it to like maybe like I don't know, 3 blocks into the back. And then on the same with the glass right here, just do 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay, so that's our little like bush area, just like that. And then what I want you guys to do is right where this porch area is, remove 14 rows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And just gonna remove all of this real quick, just like that. We're just gonna I'll take all this out right now. And then next what we're gonna do is do the same thing for the garage. We'll fill that in a second. So do the same thing for the garage, but except for the garage, you wanna do it all within like the actual body of the garage. So take this one out, not 14, but until you get to the exact same length as the walkway. So just keep removing, it doesn't matter how many it is, just until you get to the exact same length as our walkway. And in theory, I mean, in reality, I mean, you could take this walkway all the way to the other side of the earth if you want. I'm just doing mine 14, because that's kind of where I think is a good spot. Okay, and I'm just gonna go remove all of this real quick. I'm gonna skip ahead for this, but go ahead and pause the video and just remove all of this dirt within this 14 block, area. Okay. Okay, so once you clear all of that out, now I'll show you guys how to fill this in. So for the actual garage door area, you want to do the first row within the actual garage door area with the polished andesite. And then you want to do stone for 5 rows. So just 5 rows of stone, just like this. I'm going to fill this in on my, I'm going to skip ahead and do that. But you're going to do 5 rows of stone, then a polished andesite, then 5 rows of stone, then a polished andesite, then 5 rows of stone, a polished andesite, and then the last one you're going to do 6 stone. Just like that, and finish it off on a polished andesite. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, but go ahead and do yours real quick. I'm going to go ahead and fill all this in just because it takes a little bit of time. But just go again and pause the video and skip. I'm going to skip ahead real quick. Okay, that's how your driveway should have came out. So now let's do the actual front door, and this part's a little bit different. So for the front door, what you want to do is you want to basically make it like look kind of run down. Unless you guys don't want to, you can just do like stone all the way through. But for mine, I wanted to go for like a run down type look. So what you're gonna do is like a mixture of stone and cobblestone, just like kind of broken up through the whole thing. Don't really like do like anything organized. Just kind of randomly place stone and cobblestone, just like this. But leave some spaces open because you want to have some dirt spots in it too, kind of like it's been walked on for a long time, and just kind of leave some dirt spots just like this, just kind of like randomly. There's no real order to, like I said, you just want to make it look really worn down, and then just place some grass spots inside those those leftover spots, and that kind of looks good. It kind of just looks a little bit like old, and like people have been walking on it for a lot of years. And the actual one, like I said, we try to make this one look a little bit more damage than it actually is in the show, just to give it like a darker appeal, because the show is very dark. So like we're even gonna add some shrubbery later, as you guys can see, but it's not actually like that on the show. Man, I'm having trouble getting this look like presentable. You just want to work with it and make it kind of look like naturally worn. You don't want it to look like you did it yourself, you want it to look like it kind of just actually really did get worn down, kind of. So like I think like this would probably work a little better. That's a little better like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is add some shrubbery later, as you guys can see too, because we don't want to make it look like very dark and kind of like unkept. So we're gonna do that next. Let's go ahead and start the fencing now. Okay, so for the fencing, what you want to do is you want to go to the actual driveway real quick, and you want to get 3 blocks of space available on every side, but you want to match it up with the driveway and walkway. So from the driveway, we're gonna go to the right to the 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th block, we're just gonna take this this fence gate all the way around the entire house. And again, once you get to the back, you want to have 3 blocks of clearance from the garage. So once you get to the level of the garage, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here is where we're going to end. So that way, when you get to the turn, there's still 3 blocks of clearance behind the actual garage. And then take it all the way over here. And then once you get to this turn, same thing. Make sure there's 3 blocks of clearance before the actual house itself. And then take that all the way to the back. Okay, just make sure mine matched up with the other house. So take the same thing all the way back until you get over here. And then once you get it done with that, just go ahead and double it up. So I'm going to go ahead and just double mine up real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead for this so we can get started on the tree next. But what you're going to do again is just double up the house, the fence real quick. And just pause the video again and double this up. And then once you've doubled this up, we're going to get started on the tree. Okay, so for the actual tree that's in front of their yard right here, what you're going to need to get out is some nether brick slabs, some nether brick stairs, some nether brick fence, and some nether brick blocks. Okay, so what you want to do is basically on I would say like the 3rd block. It hasn't to be perfect, but I'd recommend like the 3rd or 4th block right around here on the actual walkway is where we should start our tree. So from here, go out 1 from the or 2 from the walkway. So that's 1, 2. On the 2nd block, I did a row of 2 brick, just like this, going straight up. So 1, 2. Then behind that, do a 3 that's the same height, so just like this. And just kind of this one's definitely one of those ones you guys are gonna have to just kind of pause and look what I'm doing, because it's really hard to explain like exactly which block this is. So then behind that, I went ahead and do the exact same thing, another like the same width, but 2 blocks higher. So again, I'll just keep doing it slowly so you guys can see each block I'm doing. And then in these 2 middle, like this middle area right here, I did 2. Then right here, I went up 2, out 1, up 1, out 1, then up a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I went out 1, up 1, out 1. I think that's about right. And then I got up my stairs, and I kind of just made everything a little bit smoother, kind of like an actual tree would not have like these blocks in it, kind of, It would be a little bit smoother. So I kind of went all these little corners like this, and just put like a stair in them, just to make it a little bit smoother, as I said. Except for on the last one. And then once you've done that, go ahead and get out your fence or nether brick fence. You just want to kind of add out these extensions that kind of come out and down. Again, there's no organization to this. I just kind of did mine a little bit randomly, to be honest. So just kind of do it like that. You just want to add these extensions, but you want to have some that are longer than others, because you really want to make this kind of look like a dried up, dead, scary looking tree. that kind of just hangs down over the house. And that's kind of how the one on the show is. It's just kind of randomly just kind of hanging down these weird looking branches. So that's what you want to aim for. Alright, and there you go. So that's kind of a good, that's a generally good example. I'd probably fix this one a little bit. And just kind of play with it. You kind of just want, like I said, to make it just look like a little bit of like a weird looking, scary kind of tree. And that's just kind of how this one is, as you can see. It's a little bit random, but that's just how it is. So that's actually it for this. Now with the last and final little touch is just get out some tall grass and just kind of scatter them around the actual whole property. Nothing like too crazy. Just kind of scatter it around the entire property, just like this. I just noticed my walkway is actually not, I don't think my walkway is lined up with my driveway, is it? Okay, I added one more fence on this side. So there you go. That's what I did wrong there. Alright, so then once you've done this, like I said, just go ahead and add these random grass block or tall grass just like this around the entire house. And like I said, this is not actually on the original house, so you do not have to do this. I mean, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You guys can make the whole house blue if you want to. But I'm saying, like, this is definitely something you don't have to do. It's not even like this in the actual house. But because, you know, it's Minecraft, we want to make it look a little darker because the show is very dark, and like the art is actually really like kind of dingy. But that's like the art of the show, and that's how it is done. So like, this just kind of makes it have a little bit of a darker appearance, even though like the one on the show is actually, the grass is actually kept really well. Like I said, it just makes it have a little bit like a more of a worn down, a little bit scarier, like a, you know, a feel to it. So that's why I recommend it. But if you want to keep it as close to the original as possible, I would just get rid of the grass, the tall grass. Okay, so that is actually it though, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I build loads of crazy houses in Minecraft all the time, especially cartoon ones. I've done the Loud House, Bob's Burgers, Regular Show, The Amazing World of Gumball, Teen Titans Go, Sanjay and Craig, Steven Universe, We Bear Bears, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Invader Zim. I've done a lot of them. So definitely check out the playlist. I'll put a link to it down below, and I'll also put a link in the card system right above in the top right corner. So definitely subscribe for that stuff and much more. Again, if you guys could hit that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps me out. And if you guys could share this with your friends, that'd be awesome too. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for just watching the video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.